Okay, Assalamualaikum and hello guys. So we're going to continue with part 2 of 1.2, which is concentrations of solutions. Okay, so how do we get solutions? So a solution is formed when an amount of solute is dissolved completely in a solvent and it will form a homogeneous mixture. So this homogeneous mixture contains two or more substances and is called solution. Alright, so how do we define the concentration of solution, kepekatan of this solution? So we will define it with the amount of solute present in a given quantity of solvent or solution. So maksudnya we have a few ways to define the concentration of our solution. So there are actually five expressions for concentration of solution. It is molarity, molality, mole fraction, percentage by mass, and percentage by volume. So these expressions of concentration of solution has different formulas and units. Okay, so let's look at the first one, which is molarity. Okay, so molarity, or also used with the symbol M besar. Okay, it is actually the number of moles of solute per cubic decimeter, dm cube, or liter of a solution. So we can see that we are using solute, mole of solute, dengan volume of solution. Okay, so I would use this formula to remember. So I put this cute sticker for you guys to see that this is important. Okay, so we can see that we are using the unit mole over dm cube or liter. So this is the mole of solute and volume of solution. So your unit for molarity will be mole per liter, or mole per dm cube, or molar. Okay, molar, M besar ni, it is called molar. Okay, so remember that your volume of solution must be in liter or dm cube. Okay, make a correction here in your notes. If you printed it out, it is dm minus 3, so cancel out that that minus. Okay, bila dia kat bawah tu dia dm cube je, bila dia bawa naik atas dia jadi dm per dm cube. Okay, so this formula molarity is important when you are doing titration experiment. Okay, you will do this experiment in semester 2. So it is important for you to know this formula to calculate the concentrations of your solution lah. Okay, so note here, this is the unit conversion when you want to change from cm cube to dm cube. Okay, if that, you will divide 1000. Okay, if you want to change milliliter to liter, you will also divide 1000. Alright, okay, so first example. Okay, so the question says determine the molarity of 85 mils of ethanol solution. So we can see that this is the volume of solution, since dia cakap terang-terang ini adalah solution, and it contains 1.77 grams of ethanol. Okay, so maksudnya this is our ethanol solute. Okay, we have the mass of solute and we also have the volume of solution. So this is the volume of solution, which is ethanol solution lah. So from that, we can just use the mass of solute to find the mole of solute. Okay, since the molarity punya formula is mole of solute over volume of solution, you just need to find the mole of solute since we already have the volume of solution. But we cannot use this volume of solution directly because we have to change it into what? Into liter. So since it is in mils, you will divide it by 1000. So 1, 2, 3, 0.085 liter. Okay, so your volume of solution. So masukkan je lah the value of this. Okay, tekan calculator, dapat mole of solute over the volume of solution and you will get the answer. Okay, so buat dengan kemas and make sure your units are correct. Okay. Next example, example number 2. The question says a solution is prepared by dissolving. Dissolving maksudnya awak akan dissolve awak punya solute. So we can know that this is our solute. Okay, and this is actually the mass of our solute. Sodium carbonate in 250 cm³ of water. So this will be the volume of our solution. Calculate its molarity. Molarity. So pergi balik ke molarity. Your formula will be mole of solute over volume of solution. That means that we have to find our mole of solute and volume of solution. So volume solution, it is given already, 250 cm³. But we want to change it into liter or dm³. So therefore we will divide by 1000. So your volume of solution will be 0.25 dm³. Okay. Okay. Mole of solute, you can find it by using the formula mass over molar mass to find mole. And you just insert the values that you've gotten into this formula. And you will get your answer. Okay, simple je. Okay, do these exercises by yourself. Okay, the second expression for concentration of solution is molality. Okay, yang ni jarang sikit kita jumpa. Tak selalu digunakan. But let's see the definition. Okay, it is the number of moles of solute dissolves in 1 kg of solvent. Okay, so ini 1 kg. Kg is actually mass. So that means the formula will be mole of solute in mole over the mass of solvent in kilograms. Okay, highlight here, it is in kilograms. So make sure that the mass of your solvent, okay, will be in kg. Okay, it must be that. So the unit will be mole per kg or molal, tulis macam ni, or m kecil. Okay. So let's say, okay, if you do not have the mass of solvent, okay, macam ni kita nak cari molality. Okay, kalau tak ada, maksudnya you can use this equation here. Let's say you have the mass of solution and mass of solute. So if you rearrange this equation, you can get the mass of solvent. Alright? Okay, so first example for molality, it says determine the molality of sulfuric acid or H2SO4 acid solution containing 16.8 grams of sulfuric acid in 200 grams of water. So from here we know that this is the mass of your mass of solute. Okay, dia kata in maksudnya in awak punya solvent. Okay, so this is the mass of solvent. Okay, now that we know that, we can go here. We know that we need to find the mole of solute and mass of solvent. The mass of solvent is given, but it is in grams, so you have to change it into kilograms. It will be 0.2 kg. Okay, and to find the mole of solute, you just use the formula mass over molar mass, and you can get mole. And then insert your values, and you will get your answer. Okay, right. Next example, yang ni pun sama, not really sama, but dia complicated sikit je. Okay, the question asks you to calculate the mass of sodium hydroxide. That will be the mass of your solute to be added to. So maksudnya awak akan add your solute into your solvent. So this is your mass of solvent, 150 grams of water for the preparation of 1.2 molal of sodium hydroxide solution. So in this case, they want you to find the mass of solute given the molality of solution and the mass of solvent. So we must use the information that is given. So since molality equals to mole of solute and mass of solvent, and it equals to 1.2 molal, that means that we can find the mole of solute. Okay, so daripada mole of solute ni, okay, kita rearrange this this part. Okay, kalau awak masukkan semua values, awak masukkan ni, ini dah ada, you can find mole of solute. Okay, so mole of solute. Okay, but remember that awak punya mass of solvent ni, it has to be in kilogram. Okay, so maksudnya ini kena tukarlah jadi 0.15 kg. Baru awak cari awak punya mole of solute ni. Okay, so daripada situ, bila dah dapat awak guna this formula to find the awak use this formula to rearrange to find the mass of solute. Okay, and then you can get the mass of solute. Okay, faham tak? Boleh lah, kan? Okay, exercise buat sendiri. Next we have mole fraction. Okay, so for mole fraction, this is I think you've learned in Form 5, but we'll just refresh juga. So mole fraction is the ratio of the number of moles of one component to the total number of moles of all components present. So dalam bentuk formula, it looks like this. So you have the mole of A, one of the components in your total component, okay, over the mole of total. So XA ni, this is the expression for mole fraction lah. Okay, ni maksudnya mole fraction of A. Okay, ini mole of A over total number of moles. Okay, so if you look at this pie chart, that means that mole fraction is basically mole of A, okay, one of this, over the total. So maksudnya A, B, C, D, E, total mole of all components. Okay, so dia actually a fraction lah. So bila dia ratio kan, bila dia fraction of the same quantity, so it has the same unit. So your units will actually cancel out. Okay, so your mole fraction ni, it has no unit. It is dimensionless. Macam relative kan, dia tak ada unit. Okay, so your mole fraction, okay, XA ke, XB ke, XC, whatever, it will always be smaller than 1 because it is a fraction of your of all your components. Okay, but the total mole fraction, okay, total mole fraction maksudnya, let's say we have XA plus XB plus XC, it will equal to 1. Okay, why? Let's say kalau kita ada 3 bahagian tu, and mole fraction of A is 1 over 3, mole fraction of B is 1 over 3, mole fraction of C is 1 over 3. So when you sum all that, you plus all that, you will get 3 over 3, which is the same as 1. Okay, so itu adalah total mole fraction. Okay, or also known as X total. Alright. Okay, so that's mole fraction. Let's look at the example. Okay, the question says a sample of ethanol C2H5OH contains 200 grams of ethanol. Okay, this is the mass of your ethanol lah. Mass of your ethanol. Okay, and then 150 grams of water. So this is mass of water. So calculate the mole fraction. So mole fraction maksudnya X of apa? Apa? Dia nak ethanol. Mole fraction of ethanol in the solution. And mole fraction of water in the solution. Okay. So maksudnya kita kena tahu mole of solution dengan mole of ethanol dengan mole of water. Okay. So macam mana nak cari mole of ethanol? We will use the formula mass over molar mass. Sama juga dengan water, mass over molar mass. Molar mass awak boleh cari sendiri. The mass is already given, so you just insert. Okay, insert. So find the values. Okay, so when you get the values, okay, you can just insert into this formula. Okay, so since kita nak cari mole fraction of ethanol dulu in the solution, we will put mole of ethanol up here over the mole of solution. Okay, since solution is ethanol plus water, so inilah awak campur je lah number of moles dia, then you will get the mole fraction. So once we get that, this is the answer. Okay, remember it has no unit. Okay, right. So next we want to find the mole fraction of water in the solution. Okay, how do we do that? Adakah kita boleh guna macam ni, this formula juga? So instead of mole of ethanol, awak letak mole of water. Okay, you can use that, or you can use a shortcut. Since we know that the total mole fraction will be equal to 1, okay, we can just put 1, okay, X total minus mole fraction of ethanol. Okay, so maksudnya tolak je lah 1 minus 0.3477. You will get the mole fraction of water. Okay, this one. Okay, simple kan? Right. So this one, do it by yourself. Next, we have percentage by mass. Okay, so percentage by mass. Percentage by mass is defined as the percentage. Okay, percentage maksudnya benda ni dia adalah percentage lah of the mass of solute per mass of solution. So maksudnya kita ambil ni solute over the mass of solution. Okay, since it is in percentage, we times 100%. Okay, so your percentage by mass is in ada percent lah, obviously. Okay, so let's say if you do not have the mass of solute, but you are given the mass of solution and mass of solvent, you can find it by using this equation lah. Okay. Alright, or if you don't have the mass of solution, then you just plus your mass of solute dengan mass of solvent. Okay. So remember, percentage by mass does not have any unit. It is just percent. It is a percentage. Okay. So let's look at our example. Okay. A sample of 0.892 grams of potassium chloride. Okay, we know that this is our solute. Okay, is dissolved. So kita tahulah dia lah solute sebab dia yang dilarutkan dalam solvent. Okay, in 54.362 grams of water. So this will be our bukan solvent ni. This is our solution. Okay, so sorry, betul lah ini solvent. Okay, sorry ya anak-anak, this is solvent. Okay, alright, so now that we know that that is the solute and solvent, pause. Okay, so now that we know that this is our solute and this is our solvent, okay, we can find the mass of solution. So campur je lah 0.892 grams dengan 54.362 grams. So dapatlah berapa awak punya value tu. Okay, so masukkan je this value in here kat bawah ni, and mass of KCl, your solute, is this one, 0.892. Okay, and then times with 100 and you will get 1.61%. Okay, so there is 1.61% of KCl solute in your solution. Okay. Okay, example 2. Example 2, it says that a solution is made up by dissolving 4.2 grams of sodium chloride. We know that this will be our solute, okay, since it is the one that is dissolved into our which is water. Okay, so this will be our solvent. So calculate the mass percent. Okay, so sometimes dia tak cakap percentage by mass, tapi dia kata mass percent. Sama je lah. Okay, this is the same. Of sodium chloride in the solution. Okay, so masukkan je awak punya values. This will be 4.2 grams. Okay, kita dah tahu kat atas tu. This will be 100 mils. So, since the density of water is 1.00 gram per milliliter, so we can we can convert this into grams. Okay, so macam mana? Maksudnya ni kan 1 kan, this is mass over volume. So since 1 gram per milliliter equals to mass over 100 mils, okay, gram per milliliter, we can find the mass. Naik atas tu, okay, dia jadi, kalau naik atas tu dia jadi gram milliliter over milliliter. So awak akan cancel out milliliter lah. So mass awak 100 grams. Okay, 100 grams of water. Okay, kalau tak tangkap tu boleh ulang balik. Okay, and then we find the percent mass of NaCl in the solution. We just put mass of NaCl over mass of solution. Okay, campur je solid dengan solvent, then times 100% and we will get 4.03%. Okay, right, exercise ni buat sendiri. Okay, finally we have percentage by volume. Okay, tadi mass, sekarang volume, tapi dia lebih kurang sama je lah. Okay, alright, so tadi percent tu kan, percent tu dia tak specify dia dalam gram ke kilogram ke, tapi you just have to make sure kalau dalam gram je lah. Okay, dua-dua dalam gram. Kalau dalam kilogram, dua-dua dalam kilogram lah. Okay, but for percentage by volume, okay, your volume of solute and volume of solution must be in milliliter. Okay, in mils. Alright, atau cm cube lah, sama dengan 1 cm cube, 1 mil sama dengan 1 cm cube. Okay, so you have to make sure that your unit will be mils. Okay, milliliter. Alright, so this is a little help or tip. Macam soalan tadi kita discuss tu ada kita guna density kan. So if you don't have the volume of solution, okay, but you are given the density of solution, okay, tapi macam kalau dia bagi density, dia bagi water, maksudnya awak tahulah density of water memang 1.00 gram per mil. Okay, so you can use that to find the volume of solution. Okay, when you are given the mass of solution. Alright, so let's say lah kalau dia tak bagi ini juga, okay, kalau dia tak bagi tu, then you have to break down this into this. Okay, manalah tahu dalam soalan awak dia bagi tahu awak the mass of solute, dia bagi mass of solvent, dia bagi. Okay, so let's say awak nak cari volume of solution kan, so awak boleh, astaga ni saya tersalah awak. Can you see here, this should be solvent. Okay, tu yang betul kan. So maksudnya awak kena, awak pecahkan lah, awak expand dia supaya awak boleh cari the whatever you are trying to find. Okay, this is a tip. Right. Okay, so example dia quite straightforward. Okay, so it says here that a sample of 250 mils of ethanol is labeled 35.5% by volume of ethanol. How many milliliters of ethanol does the solution contain? So in this case, we are given the volume of ethanol. Okay, volume of ethanol solute. This is the percent by volume of ethanol, 35.5%. And then dia tanya, how many mils of ethanol does the solution contain? So maksudnya dia nak tanya awak the volume of Boya. Astaga, this is ethanol solution ni. Patutnya ada solution kat sini. So this is the solution. Okay. And this is the ethanol yang dia tanya. Okay. How many mils of ethanol does the solution contain? So this is the solution lah. Okay. Ethanol solution. Okay. So ini trik. Kira macam kalau awak terlepas pandang macam saya tadi, dan awak boleh tersalah lah. Okay. Alright. So now that we know this is the volume of solution and volume of ethanol, and this is the percentage by volume of ethanol, then we just insert into this formula and we can get the volume of ethanol within that solution. Okay, so dapat jawapan. Alright, so that's for part 2, and we will continue with a few more examples. Okay, yang ni panjang sikit, dia macam complicated sikit, so make sure to watch so that you are able to answer your tutorial questions. Okay, see you!